my goodness. Good morning, boys and girls. Happy April Fools. I have confirmed that my phone is playing a prank on me. Let me tell you that this is the third time I've recorded this video because about 15 to 20 minutes into the video, my phone decides to completely go black and just delete the video. So this has been quite an interesting morning already. There is not enough coffee in the world for these types of problems, right? I'm sure we can all agree. Mornings can be challenging. I want to open up by saying that I'm very proud of you for all the work that you've done. I sent out an email to all the parents and families this morning going over our grading policies, how we can keep track of those things, and some various other details. So let's get this lesson started. I am praying I don't have to do this for a fourth time, but I know this lesson 3 times better now. Okay, today we are kicking off lesson 8.7, which is all about fractions of a group. Now, because I've written this already in my previous videos, I'm not writing at the same time as you, but I will explain every single thing. So unlock the problem. Jake and Emma each have a collection of blue marbles. What fraction of each collection is blue? Well, first thing I did was I counted the total marbles, which are all various colors. We've got blue, red, yellow. There are 3 blue marbles out of 8 total marbles. So I get the fraction 3/8. Now, next problem is Emma's marbles. This is looking at specific groups here, okay? So they're not asking us how many blue marbles out of all are there. It's asking us how many bags of blue marbles. So I have 1 bag that holds blue marbles out of 4 total bags. So 1/4 of Emma's marbles are blue. Now, it asked me to draw 2 red counters here and 6 yellow counters, so that's what I did. If you don't have red and yellow markers, you could do something like this, maybe. Right, to kind of show you that. Those look like X's, oops. Okay, so it's asking us, write the number of red counters, which are 2, out of a total of 8, 2/8. And I wrote it out in word form to get some practice there. You should do the same. Now write the fraction of counters that are not red. 6 of them are yellow, so 6 are not red clearly. And again, there's the same total number of counters, 8. So 2/8 of the counters are red and 6/8 are not red. This is an example showing us when our fractions are greater than 1. This is when your numerator is going to be bigger than your denominator, all right? We're not looking at parts of a fraction, we're looking at how many wholes, all right? So it says, sometimes a fraction can name more than a whole group. Daniel collects baseballs. He has collected 8 so far. He puts them in cases that hold 4 baseballs each. What part of the baseball cases has Daniel filled? Well, I have 2 full baseball cases, don't I? Or you could look at it this way. I have 8 total, and 4 are in each case. Remember from a couple lessons ago, that numerator, when we're looking at fractions greater than 1, that numerator is bigger than the denominator, and that numerator stands for all of the baseballs here, and the denominator stands for how many are in each of these 2 cases. So we're going to put that into practice here. Think 1 pan equals 1, obviously, right? So there's 3 wholes here, 3 full groups. Or I wrote there's 18 in all, if you count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 in all, and 6 in each pan. Now, I hope some of you are realizing that this is where we physically see the resemblance between division and fractions. 18 divided by 6 is 3, everyone. That's why we want to be practicing our multiplication and division facts. Don't get rusty. All of you should be doing a math minute in the morning before you begin math. Over here, we have, okay, again, 2 wholes, 2 full boxes, which is the same as 16 divided by 8. We've got 16 pencils between all of these, and 8 are in each case. Okay. What fraction of the counters are red? So I counted them out, and 5 are red out of a total of 8 counters in all. And I wrote it out in word form too to get some practice, 5/8. It says write a fraction and name the red part of each group. Now there's 2 red apples, which I put in my numerator, and there's 4 total, so 2/4, which, yeah, 2/4. Number 3, it's asking, this one you can clearly see that they are separating by groups, right? We have 3 total groups, and one of the groups is red, so 1/3 of the groups are red. You could also look at it this way. You could count up the number of all the balloons, which are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balloons total, and 2 of those 6 balloons are red. This is why I showed you that video on Khan Academy about equivalent fractions the other day. 2/6 is the same thing as 1/3. It's all about how you look at it, right? You could say, okay, I'm looking at it in the sense of all the balloons, so there's 6 total, and 2 of the balloons are red. Or you could say I'm looking at this in groups. There's 3 groups, and one of the groups has red balloons. So 2/6 and 1/3 are equivalent. Now, I had told you before we left in morning work time, a sneak peek of this. And I had said that when you divide the numerator and denominator by the same exact number, you can get an equivalent fraction. Same thing goes if you multiply the numerator and denominator by the same fraction. You're going to get an equivalent fraction. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 2, make that clear. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. Again, I divided both by 2. They have to be the same. And you see that indeed 2/6 is the same thing as 1/3. Sneak peek for what's to come. All right, write a whole number and a fraction greater than 1 to name the filled part. So again, whole number is how many whole groups there are. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 groups, which is the same thing as counting out how many total tomatoes, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total tomatoes and 4 in each box. This is where you can really check yourself here. I love this because you could just say, is 12 divided by 4 3? Yes, it is, so I know I'm right. Over here, we have 2 full containers, so 2 wholes is the same thing as counting all of those thingamabobs. I'm not sure what those are. So there's 12 total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total thingies, and there's 6 thingies in each box container. And 12 divided by 6 is 2, so we're good. All right, write a fraction to name the blue part of each group. There's 1 blue hat, there's my numerator, 1 blue hat out of 6 hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 1/6. Number 7, there are 3 blue crayons, numerator, out of 8 total crayons, 3/8. Now number 8, notice that 8 and 9 we're looking at groups of things because they've circled and made groups. Now we're looking at blue parts. I am going to show you both ways. There are 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. They grouped these buttons 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 of the groups are blue. So 2/4, there's 2 out of 4 groups that are blue. Now you could also look at it as counting out each button. So there's 8 buttons total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4 of the buttons are blue. So 2/4 and 4/8 are equivalent. Either option is correct. Same thing for number 9. You can see that 1/2 is blue, right? 2 total groups of fish and 1 group is blue. Or you could look at it by counting all of the fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total fish. 4 of them are blue. Either option is correct. But know that they're both the same. All right, and here's an example. If we divide this by 4 and this by 4, do you get that? 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay? If you multiply this by 4 and this by 4, 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. See how that works? A nice little trick, as long as you're multiplying the top and bottom by the same exact number. All right. Now, we are looking at a fraction greater than 1. Whenever you see that, you're going to know that your numerator is bigger than your denominator, okay? First, we're going to write out how many total groups, how many holes. I've got a whole thing of tennis balls filled 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 holes. Now, I can also count out all of the tennis balls and how many are in each container. There's 12 tennis balls here and 3 in each container, okay? This is where I left off before my video just disappeared. Okay, now think there's 2 full cartons of eggs, so 2 holes. And if we count out all of the eggs, we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And because we know our multiplication, instead of just counting out another 12, I'm going to do 12 times 2 is 24, right? And there's 12 in each container. And 24 divided by 12 is 2, right, everyone? Because 2 times 12 is 24. That's using our related facts. Sorry about that. Let me take a sip. Okay, here we go. It says to draw 8 circles. So let's do that. And then it says to shade each circle. Okay. So again, this is 1 hole, right? Because 8 out of 8 are shaded, which is the same thing as 1 hole. The whole thing is shaded, all of them. The whole group is shaded in, 8/8. Number 13, it says draw 8 triangles. Okay, so I drew 8 triangles. And it says make 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shade 1 group. I like this. Follow step by step. Now I could look at this and say 1 group out of 4 groups is shaded, right? 1/4. Or I could count up all of the triangles, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2 triangles are shaded. So 1/4 and 2/8 are the same thing, they're equivalent. And again, if I was to multiply the numerator by 2, I would get 2, 1 times 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. If I was to divide this one, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. See how that works, that trick, dividing or multiplying, top and bottom. All right, draw 4 rectangles. Shade 2 rectangles. Now I have 2 out of 4 are shaded 2/4. All right, here we go. Problem solving. Now we have this chart here. We're going to need to use that for a couple of these problems. It says the bar graph, remember those types of graphs, shows the winners of the Smith Elementary School Marble Tournament. How many games were played? So question 1 is how many games were played. I'm going to stop there and figure that out. In order to do that, we need to count up all the games. Well, Robin played 2, Heidi 3, so 2 and 3, add them together, that's 5. Scott played another 2, 5, 6, 7, and Trent played 1. So 8 total games, right? Now the second part, what fraction of the games did Scott win? So I'm going to write our denominator as 8 because 8 total games were played. Now let's look at Scott. If we follow the lines, it says that he played 2 games. So Scott won 2/8 of the games. What fraction of the games did Robin not win? Again, we have 8 total games played. That denominator is staying the same. It says Robin won how many? Robin won 2. If there's 8 total games and she won 2, 8 minus 2 is 6, so 6 of the games she didn't win. 2 she did, but 6 she didn't. So 6/8 of the games she did not win. I don't know why this keeps getting blurry. All right, this one I think is the hardest of all of them. So Lee has 6 marbles. Of them, 1/3 are blue and the rest are red. So I know I have 6 marbles. All right. Now, 1/3 of them are blue. I see 3 groups. I can clearly see 3 groups here. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, and 2 in each group. Now, 2 times 3 is 6, okay? So 1/3, 1/3 of the group is blue. And the rest are all red. Number 18. We are making our own question here. A bag has 2 yellow cubes, 3 blue cubes, and 1 white cube. So how many cubes altogether, everyone? 2 plus 3 is 5, plus another is 6. I have 6 cubes total. It's asking us to make up a question here. And I have 1 white cube. I've got 3 blue cubes, 2 yellow cubes. Now it's telling us that the answer to whatever question we need to come up with is 1/6. Is there 1 yellow cube, blue cube, or white cube? There's 1 white cube. So if we were to make this information and form a question, all we need to write is how many white cubes are there? If the answer is 1/6, which they gave us, and there are 6 total marbles, we know that they're asking about the white cube because we're given the information that there's only 1. And that matches up. Last one for today. So far my phone has not died yet. Okay, Michaela picked some flowers. What fraction of flowers are yellow or red? Big hint here. Yellow or red. So again, the total number of flowers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 total flowers, and we're looking at the ones that are yellow and red. Yellow or red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? All of them that are not purple, really. So 5/8 of the flowers are yellow or red. All right, everyone. So that is the lesson for fractions of a group. Again, if you're confused on any specific question, reach out to me personally. I had a few people do that yesterday, and that means none of us will be left behind or confused. So stay in communication, take a break, whatever you need to do. Go outside for a little bit if you need fresh air, have a snack. It is our snack time if we were in school. So then come back and do the homework. Use this lesson to help you. And once you are done with this, whether it's later today or you want to submit it tomorrow morning, please take a picture and upload that to Google Classroom. Again, I sent out an email to all the families going over some expectations, grading, checking in, and a lot of you are taking pictures of your work, sending it to me through Remind, Google Hangout, email, that's fine. The best way though is to submit it through Google Classroom. If you click on the assignment and you click on Create, you can actually add your photo right there, so it's all in one place. All right, try to get the assignments done for today. Do a few at a time each day. Continue your reading and journaling and keep in touch. All right, have a great day. Miss you all.